Welcome, everybody, to episode 12 of the Pipeline Talk podcast, a very special in person playoff edition of the podcast. We are here, lots of guests going to be rolling in and out of here. We got predictions to give. We got some matchups starting tomorrow, the wild card series. Here with us, though, Willie, shoot us off, start us off, give us we'll just go World Series prediction.
Yeah, so I have the Yankees in the World Series. I've got them besting Cleveland in the ALCS. That'll be a fun rematch. I'm hoping to get. And then out of the NL, I have the Phillies over the Padres. The Phillies going to the World Series, and give me the Yankees in 6 over the Phillies in the World Series.
Well, there you go, Willie. Thank you. Gives us our prediction. He's in and he's out. That is what this episode is going to be about today. Talking a little ball, getting some predictions. We don't know who's going to show up. We got Brendan here, been on the podcast before. Welcome back, Brendan.
Thank you.
Your Red Sox are in. They held on. They're in. How are we feeling on what we got?
So they're in. Problem is our offense relies on a 21-year-old. So I do not have them making the World Series or winning. I guess would go hand in hand. However, I do have the Philadelphia Phillies taking it over the Seattle Mariners.
I like that prediction. I know we gave our early predictions on one of our previous episodes. I think a lot of us had the Blue Jays. There were a few Phillies, some Padres, I believe.
Blue Jays, Padres,
Yeah.
Dodgers.
I believe. We'll check back on that too. But
Yeah, a lot of Blue Jays.
a lot of Blue Jays.
I respect not picking the Red Sox, but I also don't. You got to stick with your boys. Yeah, I remember this guy trying to pick the Mets to win the World Series.
Yeah.
I think we got to talk about that before we go any further.
Yeah.
Phil Stolze, your New York Mets.
Yeah, it's just an all-time collapse. One of the worst I've ever seen in my entire life. The last couple of years have been pretty rough for playoff baseball as a New York Mets fan. I mean, last year was great. It was a magical run, but I mean, 23 missed the playoffs. 22 we win 100+ games, and then we're out in the wild card after Jacob deGrom's the only one who can pitch in a playoff scenario. And then this year, just terrible, not fun to watch for the last one. I don't know, 100 games of the season.
162.
Well, actually, the first
The
60 were pretty good. We were like the best team in baseball almost. Best team in the
That
NL.
was 2 months, yeah.
Yeah, we were like the best team in the NL for like 2 months, and yeah, what a fall off. I'm just.
It's like shock, right? You're just like, that's
Yeah, I think I'm still in denial. I mean, just watching guys like Kodai Senga, who like could have started the All-Star game for the NL. He goes down with an injury, and then from that point on, Lindor forgets how to hit. Alonso falls off a little bit, and it's just like the only one who was hitting was Soto, and all he knew how to do was hit solo home runs. So it was tough to watch. I don't have much else to say other than I would really like to see Alonso back in free agency. I want to see Diaz back, and honestly some bullpen pieces, because I'm hopeful that these young starters that we got called up in the last couple of months, they pitched very well for 4, 5, 6 starts, some of them. So I think they can be legit, especially Nolan McLean. He was on fire for just about every start that he made. So I like what I see.
And going into like an off-season, early off-season for you guys, but looking towards next year with a lot of money tied up to some guys, that's kind of what you want, right? Is to get to have that starting pitching and be like, hey, we've got a couple of guys that can fill those spots. Maybe some of them start in AAA, maybe they make the big league roster right away, they give them a starting job, depending on how spring training goes. But for big market teams, like that's kind of what you want. I know the Red Sox have been looking for that, trying to get there. The Nationals can't call them a big market, obviously, but they've been looking for that. The Cubs haven't done that. And Cade Horton's kind of the first guy. Unlucky for the Cubs, Cade Horton's going to be missing the wild card series. But young starting pitching is so valuable if you have good ones, because you don't have to pay them. You have them under control. You've got potential roster flexibility, moving guys up and down if you need be, spot starts here and there. So I think for the Mets, as negative as maybe this season ended, you definitely had some positives kind of near the end.
Yeah, I think it definitely, there is outlook. I mean, this is the most Mets thing ever to say. There's outlook for next season, just because the talent on the offense, you can't expect that to continue the way it was so crappy with guys like Lindor and Soto. Nimmo's still, I mean, he's getting older, so maybe not the perennial all-star he was in the past, but still very solid player. Alvarez, I mean, he's still got the hype. Guys like Beatty and Vientos still have hype. Beatty played much better this year. So, I mean, some of those young guys, if they can start to fall into place, especially on the offense, I think our offense will be completely fine. The pitching, obviously, I'd like to see more than 5 starts out of some of those younger guys, but yeah, I mean, I said it, I said it all season. I said the deadline, I said in the offseason, I really would have liked a little more starting pitching. So I still think that's probably the right move, just because you'd like to have someone like mentoring those guys.
And it's a solid class, this with free agency.
Yeah.
You'd rather be in this spot where you need the big ace. And you kind of have this like the McLean and the Sproat and the Tom. And I guess it sucks that they went in and lost guys like Gilbert and Tidwell, who would have been nice, kind of rotational guys for a reliever. But
Fill up the roster,
yeah, but it's a good spot to be in, especially I think Dylan Cease is going to be really good value for whoever gets there. Framber Valdez, Ranger Suarez. Like there's a lot of options there for them, for Stearns to kind of cook up. So it's not a bad spot to be. Like you said, Alvarez, Beatty, I think Ronnie Mauricio has a jump in him. Like,
Yeah,
there's consistency to come in the offense. They can't lose Alonso. They cannot afford to lose Alonso. I don't think they will.
I don't think they will either. I'm a little bit nervous that David Stearns is still, a small market mindset, but I think that there's no reason not to re-sign Alonso. I think he wants to be here. All the fans want him here. The ownership wants him here. All his teammates want him there. So I think that is the wrong move, is to let him walk.
And it's not like they have some young slugger in the minors that plays first as position locked behind him, nipping at his heels. It's not like we need to force him out if he doesn't accept this shorter term deal. Like that, he's been there. He's a fan favorite. They like him. He's got a sick nickname. Like they can have him long term. And like you said, he's got to operate like a big market team. They're not going to be able to wiggle and nickel and dime in positions that they need. Saying that is funny because they spent the second most money in the big leagues. Yeah. But you can't just
on one player.
Yeah, you can't just spend and then be like, oh yeah, now we're just going to tear it down. And that's not. I don't think that's.
Is there anyone you want gone in particular?
I mean, I expect to see some like coaching changes.
It has Mendoza staying around.
Mendoza's officially staying, which I like. I think that the last I don't even know, 5 or 6 years, it's been a guy will come in for a year or two and then he's gone, and you're never gonna build a culture like that. Like, this is Mendoza's second season ever coaching. The first season he was praised. First season managing ever, and he turns the team around after they have one of the worst starts in franchise history and sends them to the championship series. This year, a lot of new guys in the team. It's probably struggled to get them all on the same page. So I think it's unfair for him to get harsh repercussions like that after his second season ever managing a major league team. So I like that he's staying.
The Mets curse runs much deeper than one coach. It's much deeper. Can't blame him for this.
I think we got Terry Collins back. I love that.
I think we've talked enough about the Mets' beautiful playoff class. Shout out Jack Bennett for completely avoiding the smoke.
We know you're watching, Jack.
I know you're not, Jack, but I'm going to make it. But I think let's go. Time for our predictions. I think we work this one round by round. We're going to start with the first game tomorrow, 1 p.m. Tigers Guardians, 3-game series. Guardians take the division. Really didn't matter in the end much other than home field advantage, but there's not many stadiums where there is a home field advantage in the playoffs, but Cleveland might be one of them. It's going to be rocking. They're riding maybe the highest high in the bigs right now.
Hottest team in the bigs.
Don't seem beatable. But then you got to play a 3-game series against the Tigers. We get Tarek Skubal game 1. Anything can happen. They got him in a game 5 and beat him last year. But let's get y'all's predictions. Nick, what do you got? 3-game series. How many games? Who's moving on to play the Seattle Mariners in round 2?
It's very hard to get hot if you're not already jumping into the playoffs, and then kind of sparking something like that is really hard to do. The Tigers, unfortunately, just talk about epic collapses. I think they were a 10-game lead in September. Tarek Skubal is an awesome player, and I think he's going to pitch well. But starting pitching, maybe a hot take, starting pitching is not as important in the playoffs. I think teams are going to get, especially in a 3-game series, they're going to get into the bullpens early. They're going to jump in there. Who's got the better, the hotter bullpen? It might be the Guardians. I think I'm not going to talk too much about it, other than I think the Guards are riding the hot. I'm going to ride the hot hand. I'm going to say the Guardians in 3 games. Would be my prediction.
Brendan Coffin, you're here with us. What's your
Yeah, so as we've seen in the postseason over probably the past 5 or so years, it's not about how good you've been over the whole season, it's about who gets hot at the right time. And we've seen, and this is kind of the biggest dynamic of that, with the Tigers being absolutely forward past month or so, and then the Guardians being the best team in baseball. So I think even though that is a theme, it's not going to be as crazy of a difference as you may think. But I still have the Guardians coming out.
Yeah.
I've got the Guardians coming out. I'm assuming it'll go to game 3. I'm sure all of these series. So.
Okay. We'll try to get
Do you know did the Guardians announce the starter already?
Tanner Bivey's got game 1. I don't know who has game 2, but I would assume it would be
Okay, so we'll just say that.
they're the Tigers or the Guardians. Tigers,
Clarity for mine.
I don't
Clarity is
know.
going to make the roster.
I don't know about
I
that.
think mine is their next best guy.
I don't know. The Guardians are riding game 2. We were looking at Slade. How do you say it? Ciccone game 3, which we think is hilarious. That's just.
I think that's a lot of these series are going to come down to some random person.
Yeah, that's how we go. I mean, the Brewers might be pitching Tobias Myers in the World Series. That's the baseball world we live in. I think you're gonna have to give me the Guardians in 2 on this one. I think they took the Skubal start a week ago to take the division. I think they can do it again. I mean, the Tigers have just no juice. They have nothing.
They're juiceless.
It's all about the juice.
We love juice now, but the lineup is cold. The bullpen for the Guardians stronger. They're gonna throw Kate Smith at you. They don't even have a guy that's like Clase. It won't matter. Hunter Gaddis, like they're just gonna beat you in all facets of the game. They've been beating the Tigers the last couple of weeks. I think they just keep doing it. They're at home. I think they're gonna ride into the ALCS. We'll see how it goes for them from there. I think they just have everything in their favor.
Yeah, I want to like kind of believe in the Tigers, but like they've been bad recently, and I saw somewhere that the Guardians have kind of been one of the few teams that gets to Skubal pretty often when the league starts against them. So I mean, if Skubal wins that start, if they win the single start, I think the Tigers take the series. But if they lose the game, I think it's all on game 1, because I think that's all the Tigers have as of right now. Offense is kind of cold. They got Skubal and Mize. If they can go, if they get the win with Skubal, Mize is a really good shot. And then after that, I mean, like game 3 pitchers are nobody's almost. So it's like, I think if it gets to a game 3, it's a toss up. So I think the Tigers have to win game 1. Otherwise,
I think with these 3-game series, it goes without saying, game 1 is very important, but especially in a 3-game series, like the first game is the most important game. Like in a 7-game series or a 5-game series, it's going to be completely different. But here we got, you
want to give it to
World Series prediction. Go. Get in frame.
Who do you think is going to win the World Series?
We got a mini bracket, right? We got the 6 NL teams. The 6.
Yeah.
6 NL, 6 AL. Take your pick.
I think coming out of the NL, I honestly think with the Dodgers.
Dodgers.
I think the Dodgers. I just feel like they're gonna figure out a way to get there like they always do.
And who are they playing in the World Series? Who's in the AL?
It's good Guardians.
Wow. I know that. I know that. He listens to the pod. And who's winning? Dodgers.
Dodgers and 6.
Okay. All right. There we
I think
go.
that's a good take.
Good take.
All right.
But Brendan, continue talking about kind of the hot, like staying with the key theme, the hot team. It's what everybody's talking about. Who's hot, who's not.
It's the hot team,
The hot
and
team.
it seems like there's a lot of injuries going around.
Yeah.
Especially pitching, and a lot of key, I guess, a couple key bats on high seeded teams. So, anything that.
Absolutely. Phil, were you right with the Guardians? Did you have a pick?
Yeah, I think if I have to make my pick, I'll go with Guardians.
At 3, you think basically a toss up for you?
Yeah, it is a toss up for sure. I think, like I said, I think it's all game one. It's on game one. I think whoever wins, you can have to look at that. I think if the Tigers win game one, they have a chance. If they don't, it's a sweep.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, let's get to Nick's favorite series of the week. We Cubs Padres 3:30. Nick Jamal, call out of work, pick a cold, whatever it's gonna take. Because you're locked for the next 3 days.
I'm on.
There you go.
I'll
And
be-
we're gonna start with you. I wonder who you'll pick. I wonder.
I like the Cubs. Cubs played the Padres a couple times this season, but it was early in the season. Now the teams look a lot different, just in terms of kind of healthy and who's hot. The Cubs very, very cold the last 2 months or so. But something's in the water in Chicago. Seiya Suzuki, 5 home runs in his last 4 games. PCA finally gets to his 30-30. Kyle Tucker's back. What will he do? Can he do something? Nico Horner flirted with 300, didn't quite get there, but he's been very good. The Cubs lineup, if everything is clicking, is one of the better lineups, I think, in this playoff duel.
Definitely show.
I think if everything's clicking, we hit home runs, we steal some bags, and then on the other side of the ball, we played really good defense. They give out like a team gold glove, and I think the Cubs will be in the running for that. It's actually stayed in the NL Central the last 3 years, so will they do it again? I think so. One of the teams, Cubs or Brewers, probably for that. In terms of the Padres, though, they're going to be starting Nick Pivetta. Started twice against the Cubs, lasted 3 innings in 1 game, got hit around a little bit, lasted 6 innings, only 1 run in another game against and another start against the Cubs. So we're a little familiar. Matthew Boyd will be getting the start for the Cubs. Very emotional today, talking about the playoff start and I guess all the connections with the Cubs. So it was very cool to see. First career All-Star this year for him too. So kind of cool that
Is this first playoff start? I know he's been around.
I can't say. I do not know if it is first playoff start or not. But him getting game 1, I think, is a big test of faith. As we said earlier, Cade Horton not going to be with the Cubs for the wild card series. He probably would have been the game 1 starter. I got the Cubs in 3. I got the Cubs in 3. LeVar, do you have a pick for the World Series?
Cincinnati Reds. Go Reds, baby. So Reds.
We got the board for you. Cooper, you're making one.
Rolling it throughout the game.
I'm gonna say. Give me an old school classic rivalry. Give me the Reds over the Yankees. Reds over Yankees. Give it.
Yeah, right. Let's see. I'm gonna go with Tigers.
Tigers over who? Tigers over who?
Who are they playing? Both series. Tigers over Phillies in the sweep.
Tigers still.
Tigers.
How close the Rockies?
Wow,
What a World Series that'll be.
that's crazy.
Maybe like the 70s.
We're getting predictions. We'll keep it moving though. Cubs, I'm gonna say over the Padres in this round in 3.
Mr. Dan, what do you got for us?
So this is probably the series I'm least in tune with. However, I love Nick Pivetta. I do love Nick Pivetta. That is 1 game though. 2021 Nick Pivetta in the playoffs. Low-key had 4 scoreless innings against the Rays. So, his track record in the playoffs is there. However, the Cubs lineup is obviously good. But with Cade Horton out, pitching might not be there. It could be okay, but as we discussed, the pitching isn't the most important thing for the starting pitching. You got a bad PCA 9 because I'm like 90% sure he's not going to get hit the entire postseason. 90% strikeout rate. I'll just go ahead and give it to the Cubs though. I say Cubs at 3.
No influence here. I'm not. There's no guns to the head.
I'm already thinking it. I thought the Padres were gonna rise it. Now I'm not sure. Yeah, and the research I've done, I've been kind of seeing all sorts of September stats to October, second half to October, like what matters. It's all kind of a big, who knows. The biggest thing is offense. The one thing that seems to really translate it, like pitching is up and down. You know, some rotations are awful when they win the World Series, some bullpens are terrible. Offense is really kind of need to be clicking all year, September, in the second half, all that. Neither team's offense is riding really hot right now. I just think the Padres are way worse. I think it's just not. It's a strong group on paper, but the game's played on grass, and they're. And I think I'm just gonna have to ride with the Cubs. A home field advantage, if you believe that kind of stuff.
Wrigley's got a good advantage too.
I think so. They're
First playoff game at Wrigley since 2018 with fans. 2020 no fans.
It's gonna be rocking. The pitching is gonna be interesting. They've got to take the leads early. I mean, if you get to Mason Miller, to Robert Suarez, all those guys, it could be cooked. I mean, that's gonna get tough. This one's the biggest coin flip for me. It could be either or. I'm gonna go Cubs in 3 though. Not super confident in it. That's my choice.
Bill, take us home.
Yeah, I'm hearing what everybody's saying, but what I'm really thinking is that bullpen for the Padres is just, they've been so good all year and they got better, adding some pieces. I want to lean toward the Padres, but like you said, offense has been pretty bad. It's tough because, like, beginning of the year, I would have assumed that with the Padres pitching going against the Cubs offense. I don't know. I probably would have leaned Padres, but both offenses are cold, like you said, and you know some of the Padres starting pitching has been pretty weak as of late too.
You got a prediction? Let's go.
Wait.
Like by one winner, like everybody.
Yeah,
Who's playing it?
Dodgers. I don't want to do Dodgers Yankees game. That was boring. Not Red.
Yeah.
Dodgers Guardians are so hot.
Okay.
Probably the Dodgers.
All right.
I like their rotation enough that they've got the fucking Phillies. I'll tell you that much. Fuck them.
Oh,
Also fucking mad.
Yeah.
True.
A second Dodgers over Guardians.
Getting some good predictions here from the boys. We like that. We love it.
Okay, and then Phil, you riding with the Cubbies?
Yeah.
I just hate it.
I don't know. I agree. This one's pretty toss. I really want to lean towards the Padres pitching just because that bullpen is so scary. Like you said, starting pitching, if they go 2 or 3 and only give up a couple of runs, I think their bullpen can go 6, 7.
Oh shit.
They could go the distance, and really go lockdown. So I'll lean for the Padres also just for the same.
Yeah.
Okay. We're not going to affect total lunch. All right. We're gonna run to the third series. Get my Brendan series. Red Sox, Yankees in the Bronx.
Start it, Brendan.
I will. So, the September Red Sox have not been fun to watch, I'll say. As I said earlier, our offense for that 21-year-old Roman Anthony, obviously. We just got news today that Lucas Giolito will be out for the wild card series. He was probably slated to pitch game 3, so now it's a toss-up. Probably early, or maybe even Kyle Harrison, which in a playoff atmosphere, I just am dreading. So hopefully I have a lot of faith in Garrett Crochet. Yes. I have a lot of faith in Brian Bayo, especially against fraudulent Free and fraudulent Rodon. So the only question is the offense. And we're just such a streaky team, and without our key guys, I just think it's going to be tough. However, I think game 1
Got the rest
stronger.
I'm taking the rest.
World Series prediction. He's not.
Yeah, that's the World Series. Reds are winning. Who do you got?
Who over who?
Dodgers.
What is this?
I think the Dodgers are
You're
gonna
running our podcast. Give your
I don't know shit about baseball.
Don't make it crazy.
Keep it in.
I think Reds beat the Dodgers. And
I want
always something that's always crazy run.
Dodgers over Reds.
What do you got, Oliver?
But I think Reds over Dodgers.
Ooh.
Oh, the whole rack.
I'm Dodgers,
Oh yeah, Signature World Series.
World Series, Padres, and Tigers.
If you said
Yeah.
I like Padres.
Okay.
Padres
All
and
right.
Phillies. All right.
Who's winning? Who's winning?
Padres. I think it's Padres.
All right.
you said.
Oh,
You want Tigers out there?
hell yeah.
This is ridiculous.
Over who? Over Tigers over who?
What's ridiculous?
Over whoever the hell is that. Why?
Big one. Big one.
Pick a team off the National League. What?
Yeah.
Over the Reds.
Wow.
Wow. The two bottom seeds.
Let me,
will be.
let me speak to the audience.
Speak to the Reds.
Gentlemen, the fact of the matter is, it doesn't matter who you put in front of them. The Yanks are winning in 3 games, 4 games, 5 games, no matter how many games it takes. The New York fucking Yankees are winning the World Series.
What do you got?
Over who?
It's the
One. But like, pick one.
I don't know.
Dodgers for Reds.
He's from North Carolina,
The
by the way.
Phillies. All right.
From North Carolina.
I'll run that around.
So lots of predictions there. I don't think Phil gave the Padres. Brendan was rudely interrupted.
Yes,
talking about this.
They were just rolling with the flow here, folks.
Yeah,
Live
that's
episode.
true, and that's what we get when we do it in the living room of the Rockets. Yeah, which is fair.
So you have a pick.
Red Sox in 3.
Red Sox in 3. As Paul's writing, I'll jump in here. I'm going to make it quick. It's a classic series. Red Sox, Yankees. Everybody's going to be tuning in. It's going to be a good one. I'm going to go with the hotter team, and I'm going to take the Yankees in 3 games. I'm done.
I like the Yankees starting pitching. I mean, it's hard to go against the Red Sox pitching. Crochet at the top is no actually.
But no Gio,
Yeah,
that's a big.
I don't know. I mean, if this is the year that Judge decides to turn it on, then they can go to the World Series. But the problem is I haven't seen them do that yet. So I don't know if I want to take their offense. And kind of a toss up with the pitching. I don't really know. I'm not so familiar with who's bullpen. It's probably that good.
Red Sox.
Red Sox?
I don't know. I think I'll take the Yankees.
Yanks in 4! Yankees might not make out a long term. Yankees by a million! But I don't know. I might be a little bit biased, but I kind of want to.
Got the stuff.
I want to go with the Red Sox. I'll take the Red Sox over the
All right.
I think the most important thing we're forgetting, and all the talk about October Judge, blah, 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 blah. The most important thing we are forgetting though, is the game 1 is on September 30th. So, Aaron Judge, 3 homer game for Aaron Judge tomorrow, because it's not October yet. And yeah, give me the Yankees in 2. I think the Yankees are hotter. They're kill you. We're a family friendly show. Yourself in game. Unspawned, yeah. No, Yankees are hotter. Offense, pitching. I think Max Fried has the experience. Garrett Crochet is a better pitcher, but I don't think it's a big enough difference or huge. It's in the Bronx, which could make a difference. I know. This isn't college football. It's not Needham Stadium when they're up there hitting, but it's a fact, especially Yankees, Red Sox.
And I also think that Red Sox can travel pretty much to the Lions.
That's true.
It's way close enough to be a traveler.
I don't think they're selling tickets to Massachusetts right
Oh, that's that thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that is that. You're right.
Sure, that's completely fair.
True.
For the Yanks in.
Give me the Yankees in 2. So Nick and I were riding with the Bronx Bonners. We got Phil and Mr. Dan riding with the Yankees. We got some mix up here. I like that.
Another note, I think it'd be funny if Aroldis Chapman in there, after being the best reliever in baseball all year, completely collapsed. I think that.
And then does the silly smile. That would be really fun. That would be great to
I think it was insane.
We got our final series of the wild card round. And we got Dodgers, Reds, I'll just keep that one off. I think,
I think we all said quick.
Yeah,
and I don't want to discount that in a 3-game series, the White Sox could beat the Dodgers. It really, everything's happened. I don't hate Hunter Green, Nick Lodolo game 1 and 2. The fact I think the Reds will steal one, you got to give me the Dodgers. Rob Manfred's going to make a call. It's going to be a 2-run game in game 3. Dodgers are down. He's going to go call Tony Santillan in the Reds bullpen and say $4 million raise. Scott Barlow, you are going to be the most famous man in Los Angeles if you go hit the first 3 batters. And he's going to do it. He's going to say, yes, Mr. Manfred, hang it up. And it's going to happen. The Dodgers are not going to lose to the Reds. It'd be so awesome if they were.
Hey, if Kershaw starts to be in.
He's not even on the wild card roster.
Okay, all right.
Give me Dodgers. Give me Dodgers in 3. The Reds are going to steal maybe game 1. And we're all going to be like, oh, another. But
Okay. I don't hate it, but yeah. It's fine. Okay.
I got the Dodgers too. NL Central has been great, but I have the Dodgers. Well, I like Paul's thinking, but honestly, I think if Hunter Green gets tagged around a little bit, they take him out. The Reds bullpen is not very good. I don't have many forces back there. I'm going to say Dodgers in 2. But because the 3 of them.
I don't think you can call the Reds hot. Just like
yeah,
they squeaked into the playoffs because the Mets were so miserable. And I mean, played a couple of teams that had already had just a clinch.
Correct.
So I don't really get hangover syndrome. So
Everyone loves power and friendship, except I don't think the Reds even have that. They just have Terry proponents. So I got Dodgers too.
are you all in 2? In 2?
Yeah.
I'm the only one giving the Reds a game.
You're the only one getting enough games.
Okay. Well, then we're gonna ride on to the divisional series. Let's stick with a couple where we won't pick the same for the start, which is 3 of them, well, 2 of them. Still believes in those Friars. Let's just start with the Dodgers and the Phillies, the 2 and the 3 seed in the NL. Maybe the most stats matchup in the divisional round. Who wants to pick this one? I gotta think.
I think the Phillies suck. The Phillies, we played power friendship last year against the Phillies. They barely show up in the playoffs, other than that 1 run in the World Series, and they just sold it against the Astros. I haven't seen the Phillies do much in the playoffs, I don't think. And I'm also a firm believer that like with this playoff format, a 3-game series, the wild card, those teams with the bye have like struggle if they're not way too hot, like coming into the
Yeah.
I think that break is way too long for a team to sit there and just watch baseball. So I think that I don't think I have told you against the Dodgers, I think no offense. I think the Dodgers should get they win that series, especially if they do that series against the Reds. I think I'll make this.
Yeah.
That's probably makes sense. Series.
You ride with the Dodgers? You recommend it?
I'll say.
Really? Dude, you got that burger, I swear, it's crazy.
I don't want the Dodgers to succeed. They're gonna put it out there. They've had too much success. They're doing bullshit with the deferred money. They can say that anyone can do it, but their owner knows he's not gonna be the owner in 10 years, and he's gonna sell the team, and whoever the new owner, they're gonna take on the debt. So I'm out on the Dodgers. I think I'm out. I'm just done with them. So I'm gonna take the Phillies in 5 games. An absolute barn burner of a series. The Phillies depth is going to the starting pitching. We're going to get and in that sense, Zach Wheeler would really help. I think that injury because the Phillies very first place doing well and winning those races. And the most expensive pitcher in baseball. That's Joe. Do you want to give your prediction?
Oh, I was like, this is like pipeline talk.
I wonder why, dude.
World Series.
Red Sox beat the Phillies in Game 7. Crochet comes in the closing.
Wow. I like that. That's not you even got the same. So I'm gonna say Phillies in 5 because I don't like the dog.
This is an unbiased and fair count.
Exactly. So, this is going to be probably the best series of the entire playoffs. I believe Zach Wheeler is a big blow. However, the Phillies have something, they don't really have anything to lose. They've got Harper, who's trying to get a ring, Gilbert, who has so much playoff experience. and matchup tested. I do have the Phillies going to the World Series, so I do have winning. I think it's a 5-game series. Dodgers are the Dodgers, but honestly, in playoffs,
Oh, they play.
I'm gonna ride with Phil here. I got the Dodgers, and it's not because I hate the Phillies. I mean, I do hate the Phillies. I just think the Dodgers are just so well oiled. I think they're just the lineup is clicking at the right time. Mookie Betts was kind of a bad year for the first half. He's still not quite who he is. We know he is, but he's heating up. We know how Freddie Freeman can be. We know who Ohtani is. They've got their pitching just about healthy at the right time. They've got Yamamoto. They've got Snell. Ohtani's still probably going to give him 3 or 4 innings. Not quite. Well, maybe not. He's not going to go out there and pitch 7 innings. But their bullpen is going to click. I just think they're such a good team. And like you said, it's hard to sit around for almost a week and just watch baseball. Maybe it's last game. Hey, basically, it's a week. It's pretty easy. LDS starts Saturday, so 6 days off. No hitting. Let's see, get the rotation lined up. Well, I mean, the Dodgers have been pitching. It might not matter. They can match them anyway. I think the Phillies losing Zach Wheeler. I mean, I don't not trust Jesus Luzardo for Sanchez. Those guys have no playoff experience. I think Luzardo maybe like 2020 with the A's. Sanchez maybe got in once or twice the last couple of years. I mean, I don't know who's pitching a game 3 for them. Is it Taiwan Walker? Is it Aaron Nola? I mean, am I missing it? Maybe Ranger Suarez. Ranger Suarez, can't forget him, but I just think the Dodgers have so much firepower. I think they're clicking at the right time. The offense looks really good. I think either of these teams are World Series winner caliber teams. I don't think this is a knock on the Phillies. So I think you got to give me the Dodgers at 5. I think they're that good.
All right. Well, we got our first team in the NLC or in the CS series.
And let's stick in the NL. Why not? We got the Brewers, and then the Brewers and the Cubs for the 3 of us. Brewers Padres for you. Phil, how about you kick it off? You're the one Brewers Padres matchup. Who you got?
Brewers were also the highest in baseball 1 point. For way longer than anybody expected them to play that well. I think their team just meshes really well. Similar to what you're saying with the Dodgers, they play baseball as a unit like I've never seen before. I think if they play their baseball, it's very tough to beat them. And I think if anyone can overcome the bullpen that the Padres have, I think it's the Brewers just because of the nature of why they play the game. Great defense, also base running, and just passing the torch. So I think I will do the same thing. I think the Padres have the makeup to beat the Padres.
Nick, how about you? Who we got? You're maybe a little biased, but that's all right.
There's going to be slight bias, but we'll look at the stats of the regular season. The Cubs won the head-to-head series, beat them more times than they beat us. We stole their coach. Doesn't really seem to matter that much. We're starting to get healthier, I guess you could say, but not really. If Kate Horton is to be back, I think that's a big momentum shifter, how much run he even gets. But like you said, if starting pitchers can even give 3 innings and then he's available maybe again in game 5, something like that, never know. It's a tough one. I want to believe that the Brewers are postseason choke artists like they have been. Trent Grisham's not there anymore to let a ground ball go under his glove. I'm going to say the Cubs in 5 with no bias. No bias at all.
Look at that face. There's no bias now.
No bias. I just think that the Cubs lineup is good enough where there will be games at Wrigley. So you think about that too. You get the games in the wild card, they build off that momentum, they win that. You're gonna get to go back, talk about being able to travel easily. Milwaukee is Wrigley North. The Cubs will stock that up. It'll be not feeling like a home game for them. I'm going to take the Cubs in 5, and I don't feel bad about it.
No bias.
Do they have the better team now? They got momentum. They got momentum. This hypothetical momentum. They are riding this game. I love it. On this hypothetical wild card win they had, I got a
World Series?
Yeah,
yeah.
Oh, Red Sox.
He's got the Red Sox pants on.
Over who though? Over who? Up in the frame, up in the frame. Tell over to these.
I haven't seen the.
There you go.
We got the NL over here.
Red Sox over.
Don't mind it.
Red Sox still is bad for red off.
All right, all right.
It's a good prediction.
We're getting a lot of Red Sox after.
A lot of Red Sox. We might have to dance. here.
Someone had the belief for us.
Yeah, we're going.
What do you got for this matchup?
So here's the thing about the Brewers, they have that reputation in the postseason. However, I feel like they could take my grandmother and push us with some 3 major leaguer or starters, honestly. They just have they have so many arms, it's unbelievable. And their offense is, I mean, a lot better than people think it is. I got them for. However, you know, that reputation could come back to haunt them. But I don't think it's gonna happen this time, just because of how unbelievable they are.
Yeah. We get guys around with the Brewers. I'm gonna have to agree. I think the Brewers choke stuff is a little overblown. They get in the wild card. They get in the wild card round a lot, which can be such a toss up. Especially if they're kind of a team built for 162. They're deep. They have really good pitching. They always have an ace. They brawl to this year. They lose when they lose in the NLDS. They'll lose off to the Rays in 21 when the World Series. Was the wild card in 2019, lost to the Nash, won the World Series. I think they just get really unlucky. I think if you get them in these formats where they can kind of stretch themselves out, 5 games, 7 games, I think they're really going to shine. And I think the Cubs pitching is pretty depleted. I think it'll be enough to get past the Padres. But if we get to a game, NLDS game 1 and Colin Rays, it gets to a point, you know. Like,
Good against the Brewers.
it gets to a point. I think you're gonna have to give me the Brewers in 4. I think that's a well-oiled team. I don't think they're quite the choke artist everyone believes. I do believe you. I think the Cubs fans will pack out American Family Field.
American Family Field.
But
Bad name. Miller Park was awesome. They ruined it.
and I think both of these teams will be bad. This almost feels like the Dodgers Braves from like 2018, like 2023, just kept happening. It feels like one of those that could just keep coming up. But this round, you'd have to be the Brewers in 4. Let's ride on over to the AL. We got in the NL. I have Brewers Dodgers. We've got.
We have Brewers, Phillies.
Brewers Phillies.
I have Cubs, Phillies.
Okay, we got some good variety. And let's ride over to the AL East clash for the ALDS. We got Blue Jays versus Yankees for Nick and me. Blue Jays Red Sox for the 2 of you. Let's let the Red Sox guys take over.
I'll go first. So, as I said, Julio is out for the wild card series. He should be coming back for the series. I do have him. I will have him over the Blue Jays, and I'll say because even though the Blue Jays they don't have Bichette, they don't have Korea, so I think they're getting back for this division series. I could be wrong. We played very well in Toronto just a week ago. With our pitching going back, it should be a lot better for us. The offense over a 5-game series though could be very questionable. However, I trust in our pitching and Masataki Yoshida. So I have them probably
Daniel is good.
Romy Gonzalez is going to be the postseason.
And he's gonna get a really good leadership. That's enough.
I love
that. So Red Sox over Blue Jays at how many?
5.
5.
Phil.
Yeah, I think that Blue Jays offense has been not insane all year, but I think it's been consistently a strong point for them. Like Springer revival, Bichette revival. Obviously he's down, but if he's back, Bichette revival. Obviously Vladdy is doing Vladdy things. I think that their offense is enough to get over those first 2 starters in the Sox rotation. So I'll take the Blue Jays I'll take them in 5. I think if the Red Sox win any games, it'll be the 2 with Brian Bale and Eric O'Shea.
We got the Blue Jays Yankees guys.
Take it away.
Okay. This is a tough one for me. We all wrote the Blue Jays about a month ago in our World Series predictions. And for me, it was really just they were really hot at the time. One of the best offenses in the second half, pitching. They just kind of had it all clicking. And I've looked back at the numbers, and the Yankees have caught up, basically. Both teams are hot. It's kind of like Dodgers, Phillies for me. I think they're both World Series teams. The one's got to move on. And I think you're going to have to make the Yankees do. I think they're just riding a high. I think, that doesn't always translate to the playoffs, but it does help that they get to kind of ride into the ALDS already hitting. Blue Jays going to be off the week. You know how that can be. These high seeds kind of get a little sloppy. I don't think the Blue Jays pitching is that much better, even with the break. I know the Yankees have Cam Schlitter for game 3. If they don't get to that, which I don't think they will, they'll start in game 1 possibly. Get Rodon back in there, Free back in there, games 2 or 3 or whatever it is. I think their rotation and their pitching was just, I think they can manage. I think the offense is better. Blue Jays, I don't know where to sit on them. I was scared of picking this one.
It's confusing.
I might pick the one I picked to lose may win the World Series, so that's a scary thought. But I think I got to ride with the Yankees here. Give me it in 5 because I think they don't have the firepower in 3 games to do it. They got to get like 3 back to pitch games. Rodon probably can't pitch till game 4, maybe 3. Depends how much rest they're willing to take him out on. But you're gonna have to give it the Yankees here in 5.
And you've seen the Blue Jays not show up in the playoff series a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I try not to worry about stuff like that, but they're not so hot right now. Like they were for a while, and then September was all right. They almost blew the division. They got close. They held on. We'll see. I really think that could go either way, but you're gonna have to give it the Yankees for this one.
I think as well, we talked about it the last time, Blue Jays team defense also very good. We talked about Cubs and Brewers having some good defenses in the playoffs. The Yankees, on the other hand, do not have great defense, have not been super fundamentally sound, making mistakes on the bases, kind of some weird, maybe Aaron Boone influenced decisions of positioning, batting order, all that kind of stuff in the playoffs. So I think you're playing your best 9, you're riding with them, maybe some late game adjustments and some changes, but it's hard to say to go against the Yankees with how hot they've been, but I think I'm going to do it. I'm going to take the Blue Jays in 5 games. If they get Bo Bichette back, if they get some of these pitchers back, rolling some positive innings against the Yankees team that they're familiar with. It's cool and kind of interesting that you got AL East against AL East and some AL Central potential in there. Kind of they're very familiar with these guys. So give me the Blue Jays in 5, similar to what you said, Paul. The Yankees might win the World Series, and then we're like, dang, you took them out in the additional series. So, but
All right.
for variety of reasons as well.
We got some good variety. I got 2 guys right with the Blue Jays, Phil and Nick. Blue Jays at the ALCS. Got the Bronx Bombers. We got the Boston Red Sox. Now let's ride to our final ALDS matchup. We got Mariners Guardians for all 4 of us.
Yeah.
Anyone want to kick this one on?
I'll start because I'm going to be quick. I think the Guardians' firepower ends very quickly when they reach this round. The Mariners are a fun team to watch. They got good pitching guys that throw strikes, and then that lineup, they did a lot of work. Talk about some teams, the Cubs and the Red Sox was in the playoffs, and then the Mets who missed didn't do a whole lot at the deadline. Got a little bit, but maybe there was some left out there, right? There's some pieces to be had. The opposite is to be said about the Mariners. They went out and got the bats they wanted. They went out and got a reliever. They went out and did what they needed to do. I'm going to take the Mariners in, we'll say 4 games.
Yeah, I think I like the Mariners too. I mean, that pitching staff is always scary. So having to deal with them is going to be tough. But at the same time, like I'm not super in tune with the offenses of the AL West and the AL Central. Just not really my forte, I guess. But I mean, the obvious is like J-Ram versus Colorado. And like J-Ram shows up no matter what. Obviously, we haven't seen Colorado do anything in the playoffs yet. So it'll be interesting to see if he can carry off his incredible year to into the playoffs. If you can, I'll go towards the Mariners just because, like I said, I think that pitching staff is just so good. So I think I'll ride with Nick. I think that the Mariners they did, and I'll say five.
Cool.
I think I'm gonna ride with the Mariners in 3. I want to have one sweep, and you can never really be that confident about a sweep. But if I'm gonna pick any, I think it's this. Mariners are so hot. I think I love what they did at the deadline. Naylor, Flores, the pitching is just picking right. Everything's fun. It's a well-oiled team. The power of friendship in Cleveland's goal for Devil Magic, whatever you're calling it. But I mean, I'm gonna pick against it. I think the Mariners. The last couple of years, it's felt like it's coming. It felt really good 2022, whenever they took the streak. They run high into the Astros series and kick their fans in the nuts. Didn't work. 18 innings scoreless. I don't wish that on anyone. I think this year, we'll see. I haven't even made up my mind on the ALCS, but I'll be the Mariners in 3 here. I think they'll make some work.
Yeah, so I also have Mariners in 3, and it's less about, well, we know how good the Mariners are. They have good, great pitching runs back. Their offense, and he runner-up. Yeah, and a bunch of great pieces, like Suarez, who I think will probably heat up in the postseason. And then I don't know, is Naylor going to be out?
Not sure.
Polanco, Crawford, all good pieces. And so that's great for them. But I think it all falls down into the Guardian quality of the So I got it.
And now, kind of, we've got that ALDS figured out. I think that closes the book on those. Let's jump into the championship series.
Jump into the AL series. Let's jump into the AL. We've got Blue Jays versus Mariners for you two, I think. Yankees Mariners for me. Red Sox Mariners for him. Let's ride with you, Brendan. Red Sox Mariners.
Red Sox are cooked. Garrett Crochet will be Garrett Crochet. We'll get 1 game. Mariners in 5. It's pretty simple. Our offense is not going to be there. However, if Roman Anthony comes back by that time and he gets ramped up to his level, we can make a competitive series. I just don't think we can. So I got Mariners in 5.
Okay, Mariners into the World Series for the first time ever. Believe so? Yeah. Love it. All right. Bill, what do you got for us?
Mariners and
Get it, I'm by. Yeah, I'll fix that.
I think I'm going to take what you said earlier, Paul, and leave the more of the offense. Actually, no, because I'm in my head because the Blue Jays have been better team than they have. So I think I'm going to have to go there. Like you said, they're just they're riding a hot end. Everything's going for them. They've got enough offense. I think they can definitely compete with the Blue Jays. And then I think the Mariners pitching is much better than the Blue Jays. So I'll take the Mariners. I'll take it. I'm not taking 4.
All right. That's a great team. Great. I like both of these teams too. I think they're both have had great seasons, maybe slightly above expectations for both, especially with the Blue Jays winning that division coming out of there. I think I'm gonna take the Mariners. I'm gonna go against my too early prediction that we did a few weeks ago. And I take the Mariners. I think that they could show up. I think Julio Rodriguez could be the unsung hero. He's such an electric player, very similar and probably a better version of PCA in terms of kind of power and speed, plays a good center field. Give me the Mariners over the Blue Jays in like 6 games. Yeah, we'll say for 6 games. 6 games. Maybe Brian Wu gets healthy and is able to pitch a little bit there. He's such an electric arm, but they have so many others that I don't think in the long run it might matter. I'm going to take the Mariners.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got three Mariners picks. I really was thinking about running with the Mariners, but now I think you guys have left me no choice. This is bad for the program. If it's a Mariners sweep. So give me the Yankees at 7. I think maybe the Mariners are a little bit better for club. But as is the case, at almost every practice, it really just is who played better baseball. Sometimes just who had better not. It really doesn't even matter. I think especially
better vibes than the Mariners.
no, but I think with the Juan Soto missing the playoffs, I think there's a little edge to them now. There's a little edge.
Aaron Judge way they care that much.
There's a little edge to them.
little juice.
Aaron Judge, I bet that
Juan Soto was the
that,
baseball.
that biracial kid might be a little tired of the narrative. We know what Giancarlo Stanton does. We've seen Max Fried in the playoffs. I think Carlos Rodon is getting hot right now. I think.
Belly's got a little something left.
I mean, if the Mariners win, I'm not shocked at all. But I just can't allow this to happen. I can't allow it, Jared. You get sheep. I can't. I will not. We are free thinkers. Give me Yankees. Yankees in 7. Bronx Bombers going to the World Series. Shout out Dylan. You're not going to watch this, but if you do,
He's got it.
I'm shouting you out. All right. We got 3 Mariners, 1 Yankees. We're heading to the NLCS. And I can't remember who everyone had.
I have the Cubs and the Phillies. And this is where the Cubs fun will unfortunately come to an end. We're a bit ahead of schedule. I think our projected wins are about 87. We got to 90, 91, 92 wins. This is where the Cubs fun will end by the hand of Kyle Schwarber and Bryce Harper. So I've got the Phillies in 6. I wanted to say 7, but I don't think we get that far. The pitching depth will definitely show up here, especially if Cade Horton can't come back. If we make it this far without him, I think it's going to come back to bite us in the long run of not having it. So as sad as it is, the bias ends, everything ends. My fun ends. The Phillies in 6.
Phillies Mariners. That's next one. What do we got for us, Phil?
All right, so I had Dodgers and Brewers on the beat. I kind of, in a similar way, think that the Brewers have the makeup to be like the powerhouse teams like the Dodgers, or at least give them the best run for their money. Just because it's such a different style than what's played in today's game, that I think it's harder for teams that are just built on like strikeouts and home runs. I think it's harder for teams like that to prepare for teams like the Brewers. Because the Brewers are going to put the ball in play, they're going to run hard, they're going to play hard. So if you have teams that are just looking for like strikeouts and home runs, it's I don't know, it doesn't seem to mesh well, and it always seems like the gritty team, the team like the Brewers this year are more likely to come out on top. For that reason, I'm going to give it to the Brewers in 7.
Mariners, Brewers. For myself, I also have Brewers, Dodgers, and I agree with what a lot said. I think it's just such a good team both now. I really don't like the Brewers choking narrative. I don't think that's who they are. I know Nick thinks that's exactly who they are, and he might be right. And I really do want to pick the Brewers, but I just can't. It's the firepower the Dodgers have. I think they're going to be a better, I don't know who's better. Brewers. Damn good Phillies team. They're going to be right with some confidence. I think as long as they're healthy, they're the team to beat. I think the Dodgers taking it at 6. I think Dodgers taking it at 6. Dodgers, Yankees, 3 matches. I love those big markets. Paul Cummings loves those big markets, dude.
So I have Brewers, Phillies. The Brewers are so inexperienced compared to the Phillies. I just don't think it's going to be close. You can't rely on Andrew Baldwin to carry your own offense. Obviously, there's Christian Yelich, Churio, but compared to Schwarber, Mark Turner, even like Alec Bowen, honestly. And Mundo Sosa had 3 home runs the other day. But I just think that the battle test of the Phillies have too much firepower over the Brewers. I think it's probably Phillies in 5.
World Series.
Bill.
All right, so I had Brewers and Mariners. That's my list. Brewers, Mariners. Wow.
What's this ball market?
What was around from last year, dude? So much more fun and exciting. Brewers Mariners. This, I think, if this is the case, this could be the best baseball games in like my memory, just because it would be not home runs, like it wouldn't be just like home run, strikeout, home run, strikeout. I think there'd be a lot of base running, a lot of defense, a lot of very good pitching. And I think it would just be like all around baseball played by both teams. I think this series could be so much fun, and I think it's legitimately possible because I think that these two teams are some of the best well-rounded teams in the game right now. And
Two teams have got World Series out of it, right? I don't think the Brewers.
neither team is done.
As the Brewers don't, I think the Mariners are the only one that have not been. I don't know when the Brewers win. They didn't win. Something like that. So that would be the ultimate just joy loss. That'd be a joy loss.
Fight for the first World Series.
Here you go for us.
Very difficult to pick here because I've praised the Brewers offense and like fielding defense so much. But I also think the Mariners honestly the offense is hot and the pitching is really good. I think I want to lean towards the Mariners in this. I think it goes 7 games and I love them.
All right. Mariners get their first World Series. According to Mr. Phillips Salzman, something to keep. That's never wrote a lie. We'll see. But for me, I got the Yankees and the Dodgers, which would be non-joy loss.
I would not watch that at all. I would watch a single game.
And I think for me, it's tempting to go with the Yankees, get their revenge. Narratively, that sounds a little better to me. But you gotta give me the Dodgers. Dodgers at 6. I think they're so strong. I think they're the best combination going into the playoffs of hitting and pitching. I think as long as they're healthy, they're the team to beat. Yankees are going to miss having Garrett Cole. I mean, nothing you can do about it. He's 35, whatever, his arm is working. And I think the Dodgers are so strong. It's boring. I really hope I'm wrong.
What's the last time we had back-to-back series?
Winners was the Yankees. What? 98 to 2000. Yeah. The Yankees were the last to go back-to-back. The last time we had back-to-back of the same matchup, it's been.
I just had back-to-back.
Yeah, back-to-back same matchup. It's been maybe since maybe. I think Rob Manfred saw the ratings last year. He's gonna be so excited.
He loves them.
He's gonna call Chad Patrick in the Brewers bullpen in Game 7 of the LCS.
Again,
Hit bookie bets.
Tyler McGowan.
Yeah. Throw it to the backstop. $2 million. No, I think you're gonna have to give it the Dodgers 6. We're gonna enjoy it, and then the CBA. The CBA is next year. Now we get one more.
We get one more season of baseball.
Next year is the fun World Series. That's our Mariners Brewers for the next round. Yeah, and then we never play baseball again. Well, the CBA was fired during the World Series. The Mets will make the World Series, and we will never say we're done, not playing anymore. Give me the Dodgers. Okay.
Phillies, Mariners. I think this is where the Mariners kind of fall short. The pitching isn't going to hold up. Kyle Schwarber handles. I don't really have a ton of insight on this series, but I think it'll probably be Phillies at 6.
Okay. All right. 3 different World Series wins. I like this. You gotta
Close this out. Close this out.
Yeah. I have Phillies and Mariners as well. The same matchup and everything. And as much fun as it would be to pick the Mariners to have 4 different, I don't think I can do it. Bryce Harper's going to get his first World Series ring. The Phillies are going to beat them in 7 games. Kyle Schwarber will be paid. He's going to get paid regardless.
He's your World Series MVP. I forgot. World Series MVP.
If he balls out in the World Series, he'll get paid as well.
Kyle Schwarber World Series.
Kyle Schwarber will be the World Series MVP.
I second that.
3 thinkers over there. Yeah. Give me Will Smith. Why not?
Wow,
Will Smith.
off the board.
You know what?
I think if the Mariners win the World Series, it's on the back of Cal Raleigh. So.
All right, dumper. I'm the dumper of Cal Raleigh.
It's dumpy.
But there we go. You got our World Series predictions, a bunch of World Series predictions from a bunch of randos.
Bunch of
What were
background
the most
noise.
popular ones we got?
These guys love the Guardians.
Love the Guards.
They keep losing. They
It's
keep
pretty
winning.
varies, I think.
Yankees, Dodgers, Reds, Tigers, Dodgers, Padres, Yankees, Phillies, Red Sox. Couple Dodgers, Reds, sure.
Dodgers,
Tigers.
Guardians,
Mostly
everything
fans
under
of
the
those
sun.
teams saying that.
Yeah, another Red Sox and Dodgers are your two favorites. So
We'll see what happens. Game 1 of the playoffs is tomorrow, day 1. Very excited. Hopefully this episode was cool and a nice watch for you guys. But this has been episode 12 of the Pipeline Talk podcast. Shout out Brendan for sitting here with us. First reoccurring guest, second reoccurring guest.
Yeah.
I think
Dylan's got a
yeah,
seat,
Dylan's
but
got a
that's-
seat. Thank you to Brendan. Thank you to all of our, I was gonna say idiots for watching it. This has been fun. Thank you for watching the Pipeline Talk podcast.